There you have it. There you have it.
Congratulations to Turbo on becoming a citizen.
Yeah, I mean, Turbo, he lost, so I don't know what
that's
that
expected.
means.
Garrett didn't know how many states there were.
You know, that was
That's
a little
embarrassing.
bit. Torment, how many states are there in the U.S.?
There's 50.
Good answer.
What did he say?
I'm more
He said
worried.
51.
Where's the 1?
So
He's
I think
trying to count Puerto Rico.
Yeah, he's counting Puerto Rico.
I'm
It's
more
progressive.
I'm more
I like it.
worried that Turbo thinks America has now like moved land up into Canada.
Oh yeah,
Like,
what was that?
you guys are taking over.
I just think that Turbo, he did his best.
He did
and
well.
he got 10 points, right? Like he
Yeah.
guessed 50 states. The Theodore was
Theodore
close.
was-
Like Theodore Roosevelt.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. I
was
want
a president.
I'm really curious. I want to take that too because I feel like Turbo probably did better than I would do.
Honestly, yes.
Like I would never have gotten the president thing.
You wouldn't have gotten George Washington.
No, I probably would have said Abe Lincoln.
Oh, yeah. I guess he's kind of famous. Too.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
pretty
he's a
famous.
pretty famous one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Is he on your money too?
Yeah, all of those.
Which one?
major.
He's on the $5.
Yeah, he's on the $5.
Yeah.
He's a
Penny.
5 and the penny.
Yeah.
You guys still have pennies.
Oh,
I
yeah.
forgot about that.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm just like I live in
Welcome
Canadians.
to America.
I
Yes.
live in an advanced culture where we got rid of the pennies 10 years ago.
I
Wow.
understand.
Credit
that.
cards.
Yeah, no, that's, it's all fancy digital money now.
Yeah.
we got
And
the plastic
Speaking
money.
of digital money, there's also real money on the line here.
Wow,
this
nice
is-
transition.
This is to stay in the tournament.
Digital car
NRG and
stuff.
Vitality, whoever loses this series, they are out. You finish last in the group, you are out.
Yeah.
Someone's not going to. Someone's having to watch after a loss here.
Turbo on
Oh,
the Skyline right there? I think so.
What was that, Torment?
I see Turbo using the Skyline, which I don't think I've ever seen him use.
Interesting. I think
he's used it before. Not often.
Oh,
J-Naps
yeah,
was
but a
using
while
it
ago.
yesterday.
yeah,
James
Turbo
using it.
sometimes uses weird cars. Yeah.
Yeah, he whipped out the DeLorean.
Is
one
that
time.
like for meme potential, or is that like a thing he does to
No,
like
he
reset
just
his
does it.
mind?
I think he's fine with it.
Yeah.
And see, then if he loses, he can always blame his car. So he gives himself
He's
an
got an
out.
excuse, right?
Yeah.
Or his teammates.
Yeah. Well, yeah, he's used that
Well,
one
we
a
know
lot.
he's going to blame his teammates
Yeah.
regardless.
But this is an interesting matchup because it has been a little back and forth. Vitality got the better of NRG at the World Championship, but then NRG just plowed through them with the last DreamHack. Now another chance at revenge, and Garrett's coming so close.
Yeah, we'll see. I'm sorry. I mean, we've seen Scrub not have the best of luck yesterday in most of his games. So it's like, he sometimes seems to have trouble at. Excuse me,
Jeez,
Lance.
oh my gosh. I hope the stream did not have to hear that sneeze. But Torment, have you been scrimming these guys with Turbo very much?
We've scrimmed them a few times. Yeah, it's a very similar playstyle to with Fireburner. Like Turbo kind of just slots in and plays around.
Do you think they'll change that up?
That's basically what's worked for them. I feel like that's what they're trying to do. At least against us. It could be different against
Yeah.
other teams, but against us, I mean, their playstyle always worked against us. Like we never really figured it out and consistently beat them. So that it makes sense that they would stick with that at least against us in scrims. and
So I
stuff.
mean, just early call. I know Fireburner had a lot of time to build that synergy, but do you think Turbo has been a bit of an upgrade so far, or is it just pretty similar? Do you think they have a lot of potential? What's been your take so far?
I've been saying it's about the same. Like just because of the synergy, they don't have the synergy yet for sure.
Yeah.
But
That
the
with Fire
potential is.
Yeah, they definitely have a lot of potential, but we'd have to see. Obviously, like this is their first event, so
Yeah.
it's not good to base them just off this. We probably have to see the entire season.
No.
And how
Quick
they do at
judgments.
Worlds.
Quick
Like
judgments.
Vitality, when they first formed, they were
Yeah,
you
they
know,
struggled a little
very
bit.
yeah they struggled a lot, especially in like open qualifiers and stuff.
And now look, it's
Yeah, now they won the World Championship. No one, like if you told people that, when they
Yeah.
first formed, people probably would thought you were crazy, but.
And then you wonder how important it is to have a player that has won it all, especially the RLCS stage tournament. I mean, it's something that you have done.
Mhm.
How that changes the way you think about a series at the World Championship, having won it all.
Yeah.
Do you think that is something that helps you?
Well, yeah, and especially Turbo has done it 3 times, so he has a lot of confidence when he gets to the World Championship stage, and hopefully that carries over to NRG.
I feel like that could
for
hurt too, though, if you're not getting more wins too, right?
them.
Like you're like, okay,
yeah,
I'm the best 3 times. I should be winning.
yeah. I don't think NRG would be very happy if this move doesn't work out for them, like in the next season or two. If it
Yeah.
they have poor results and it's like the same or worse as with Fire, you know.
Yeah.
They'll definitely be disappointed, and they're definitely looking to win at least one championship, you know, try to break that curse.
Garrett's not stopping until he raises that trophy.
Oh, yeah.
Welcome also
And yes,
to the couch, Chicago.
Welcome.
What's up, buddy?
thank you for
We
joining
kick
us.
Corelli
Chicago.
off?
Yeah.
Yeah. Got to get the party started.
Yeah, with the real talents here now.
Yeah.
And we've had a quiet game so far. We're approaching the final minute, and it's still scoreless. These guys know what's on the line. Again, this is it. You lose, you're done.
It's kind of confusing me right now, this energy decal on the blue team. I don't
I
like
know.
it.
It's
Oh,
it's tough
so
because
Thought
yeah,
his
I
own goal in
was
first
like,
second.
Garrett, yeah, he's shooting at his own net.
That's always tripped me out in rank, too.
Yeah, I wonder how this next season of org items will work. With, like, I feel like second iterations of items could come out. So, like, basically reverse colors. And
You
you
want,
could
like,
start
home and
doing
away?
those. Yeah, home and away.
Home
so,
and
like,
away, yeah.
I don't know. The best example I can think is just Ghost is, like, black and white or black and silver. So if they just, like, did white and black, then that
Yeah.
would be pretty cool.
Yeah, there's not a lot of white cars. They're all
Yeah.
usually black or like their team color.
Just make the dark colors on the blue side.
Yeah. Yeah, and Energy has a color change as well. And then there's like also some new orgs, like Complexity will probably have an org decal. That will
Space
probably be
Station.
white as well. They have white in their color.
That's
Oh,
like
because they changed the logo, yeah.
Yeah.
the Dallas
The Cowboys.
yeah.
Yeah.
Now we're positioned for overtime.
Uh,
A neck-and-neck game one.
Still a
I'm
potential
pretty
goal,
surprised
too.
because these teams have really strong offenses that
Oh, that was a
none
bad
of them,
flick.
you know, scored in
Yeah,
5 minutes straight.
we've seen some strange game ones in many series.
Well, people maybe just playing a little, like,
Yeah.
chill at the beginning.
Well, yeah, they have strong offenses, but these are also two really strong defenses. Like in my
Yeah.
experience, you know, they're really tough to crack. So I guess that makes sense that neither of them can crack each other for 5 minutes straight.
Probably with the respect, too, saying we know that if
Yeah.
we make one mistake, they're going to punish
Especially
it.
the first game respect.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
The first game's always weird. Like a team could come out and play different than you'd expect them, and you got to be ready for that. So could be some of that, some passiveness.
But now an opportunity. Turbo testing the defense. Good double tap clear from Fairy Peak on the Fennec. And I don't think I've seen Fairy use that yet.
Yeah, I think he used it in a 1v1 yesterday, but that was about
That
it.
was it, yeah.
all
That
I've
was
seen.
because he lost, right?
Yeah, he switched from
Yeah.
Batmobile to Fennec. And he ended up winning, so maybe he's a Fennec player.
Now he's a fan.
guess everyone
Everybody's
is, yeah.
switching.
Yeah, there's been a lot of Fennecs. I feel like for an event like this, like there's a lot of different card choices. Like Turbo's using the Skyline. I don't think I'd ever see him use that.
Yeah,
At
probably the most
Netherlands.
variety
Some
that
people are
we've
feeling
seen.
comfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now demo. Still waiting to see that first killer pass. We haven't even seen really an opportunity that was just missed or a crazy
Yeah.
save. Just
Lo-
really-
A lot of high balls.
Yeah.
Like, everyone's keeping it super high. It's not like those low passes in front of the net.
Yeah, pretty much every ball is being contested by each team as well. Like
Yeah.
no free balls have you've seen like every time both players are up, and usually it's a 50-50. Probably see another one here.
Yep, 50-50s.
Just back and forth.
Everything's 50, yeah.
It's just the
Do you
classic
think-
overtime.
Do you think someone's going to need
Yeah.
to take it low then?
Yeah, someone's gonna need to make a big play. We're gonna need to see like Justin go for like a solo play or some kind of bumps as well. Bumps would be big. Like there's a demo
Yeah.
right there. Open some space. Something like that.
Like, how fast does it take you to realize, okay, everything's being met, we need to switch it up? Like, how many, like, 50s before you realize, okay, we need to change this?
Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes you get comfortable. You're like, yeah, we're not getting
It's
scored
safe,
on.
right?
Yeah, right.
And then eventually they destroy you. So the other team, you know, adapts quicker.
And eventually
It's hard
hit 8
to-
minutes overtime, okay, we need to do something.
Yeah.
I don't think you usually adapt in the middle of games, though. I mean, like,
Yeah.
I don't specifically. Our team doesn't go in the middle of a, like, if we're not scoring and it's 0-0, we won't change anything until a goal's been scored or after games, because we just want to focus on that game and not change anything we're doing, because we
Yeah.
know, like, we're fine. But, like, if a mistake's made, then we'll be like, all right, now we can switch it up.
Well, yeah, I guess
Oh,
if,
here's a chance.
if you're
Oh,
not getting
blocked
scored
again.
on, you could have the winning formula. You don't know that, though, because no one scored.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
These are always the most fun games, in my opinion, though.
Yeah, just that
Just
where
everything's-
everything hinges on every
Yeah.
single play.
Oh.
Oh, Garrett, after the demo, we didn't get to see
We just got
it.
smoke screened.
Yeah, we'll see it on the Oh,
No, we won't.
And we won't.
okay. Game over.
We get to see.
Oh,
there
there
it
we
is.
go.
There we go.
And just a strong shot. We got smoke screened by the demo. But Garrett G getting that game winner in game one.
Justin slowed it down. That's what really made that play happen. Baited
Yeah.
one of them in.
Finally forced a mistake.
The aggression.
After 7.5 minutes of 0 goals.
Yeah, that was
Going into overtime.
Yeah, and like you said, strange because these guys, known for their high-powered offense, Garrett G and Justin. Maybe, I mean, where do you? We talk about them all the time, saying that Justin has crazy mechanics. He's insane. Garrett G, top player, but like you guys are also in those conversations as top players. How do you guys talk about it internally and kind of your group? Like, who do you guys put up on the podium?
Put up on the podium? I don't know about anybody being on a podium, but there's definitely
people you have to respect.
Yeah, people that you respect more than others. Just to like some players, like even pros like whiff, but there are some that you never expect to whiff, like that always like read the ball on defense and always go as fast as like you possibly can, as fast as they possibly can, and you have to do that as well. It's very hard to there's a lot of different play styles in pro for sure. Yeah,
and it's for like you're looking at these two rosters, like who are the guys that you are identifying as this is the threat? Like if there's one person that you pick as the threat, who do these guys?
Well, for these teams, I would say mostly all of them. Like they all have their own threats. Maybe some more than others. Like Justin with the ball usually is more likely to do something, unorthodox. Meanwhile, Turbo is probably more likely to like just 50 you, like go or just clean beat
Power
you or something like that. And Garrett's just going to do the same thing. But he could also whip out something more creative. Yeah. Like he's definitely creative, but
he's usually just doing things that are really hard, like those crazy double taps that just take precision.
And he just gets to the ball fast, and he just hits the ball hard. And sometimes that's all you need, like as a striker, just strong hits consistently.
Yeah.
Also, there's a difference between online and on LAN. Because online, I don't think anyone comes close to Justin if he's playing well.
Yeah. Like, why do you think that is? Just the comfortability of being in a room?
I think it's just his comfort. He knows, like, he just nothing to worry about, and he just doesn't. He never whiffs. He hits the craziest shots consistently, and I just don't know how to compete.
He's basically just playing free play out there with 5 other players.
Well, do you think that's an indicator of potential? How good someone is online if they can get over the LAN aspect?
Yeah, I think if Justin transformed that to LAN, NRG would have a world's or like an RLCS at least in the next 2 seasons. But I think always online, NRG will always make LAN, because if Justin's playing half as decent as he usually does, then they'll usually just destroy.
Well, you just look at
people.
The org overall, how many regional championships they have, right? Like, it kind of speaks for itself that, they do good when they're online.
I think Garrett is just like a player who, like always the past 3 seasons when I've played against him, he's always just been a player that I've seen maybe like 3 mistakes total out of him. Well, that's like under. That's
he's never plays bad.
But he always is in the perfect spot, reads the play, and he's always like got a good mix of defense. He's just all around, which a lot of players don't have. Like a lot of players are either more aggressive or more defensive or more passing, but Garrett's literally can do anything at any time.
And a nice little pause menu.
I thought we were going to pause for a second.
I was like it for a moment. All day I'm praising Strangest Stranger in the back there, and making me eat my own words here. Come on.
But we're seeing more of what we saw in Game 1. I was expecting just Game 1 feelers, but this has just been a deadlock between these guys.
Yeah, the pace has been really quick for sure. Expect that out of these 2 teams. I think Turbo really wants this win as well. Going against his old teammate.
Yeah, and I mean, this is a battle of the 3 times. The only 2 3-time world champions.
And they're battling to not get knocked out.
Yeah, to be last.
Which is kind of crazy.
They're fighting to not be last. We did have some chances from NRG already, and now it finally goes in. Justin off the pass from Garrett G.
I don't know who that was, but someone pre-jumped. Oh,
we just went in reverse.
Oh, yeah, we're going backwards in time.
Someone pre-jumped behind.
I am so confused.
And
all right, well, that replay was interesting. But from before the replay, it seemed like it was a solid setup from Garrett and Justin. NRG had been getting multiple shot opportunities. Like they have had vitality, have to defend precarious spots multiple times, and now again they're having to. NRG appearing to be warming up.
Yeah, so far this seems like Vitality's not really making any opportunities. Like there we see again, it's literally just Vitality. They just have to like frantically defend against NRG, and it's all NRG right now. Maybe we'll see that change. Never mind.
A double commit.
And you saw the attempt for the flip reset that didn't pan out. Now, the slot into the bottom corner. We even saw a player from NRG going in for the bump.
Yeah. That was tough because Scrub had to do something with that because both his teammates went for that before.
Yeah, and it looked like he got the bump. I don't know if it would have even really mattered. But NRG
That's a
finding
shiny
those
car.
offensive moments.
Yeah, now if you're NRG, you don't want to change a single thing because Vitality is going to, they haven't scored in almost 10 minutes. They're going to want to do it,
Yeah.
or even more if it's overtime. But they're going to do anything they can to score and start double committing. So you just need to keep playing the way you are. Don't go defensive because as soon as they get one goal and they get confident, then Vitality could score a lot very quickly.
Yeah, and 2-0 is a scoreline that's, you know, something to still worry about because of the nature of 0-second plays and kickoffs. Somewhat, you know, just having bad RNG. You know, 2 goals is never safe, and
As
now
you say.
K-Dop.
Yeah.
Now we're right back into it. Vitality, a minute 10 to get
I think
the
you just saw some
equalizer.
caster curse right there. You
Yeah.
say bad RNG and then
Yeah.
pinches out middle.
There's no such thing as a caster. I don't believe in that. You know.
Well, I mean, it might have just happened right now.
That
Maybe
is
you will
just
believe it soon.
that's anecdotal.
Okay.
Anecdotal evidence. No fact. Leaf was talking about it. We
That's
need
what-
scientific studies. That's what
Caster
we need.
curse is science.
But now we'll see if there's a swing because
Well, yeah, they got one.
NRG was peppering the net. Like they were keeping Vitality on their goal line for a majority of it. We'll see if there's any change in dynamic after that goal.
Yeah, NRG had complete control until that last goal, and now it just seems like it's a little more even now. So you might see possible Vitality come back, bring it to overtime. That's what I'd like to see. That'd be fun to see another overtime.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
I was gonna say I feel like it might not come down to team. It'll be solo plays as Scrub does that because that was what it was before that. It was that dunk.
Well, Fruity,
Yeah.
I believe Fruity was the one who called it yesterday, just saying watch for the number of scrub air dribbles, or was that
Yeah.
Ferry?
I think it was fair.
I mean, it
I
could
think
be
it was.
any
Yeah,
of
I think it
them.
was Ferry. Yeah, it was Ferry that was saying it. Watch for the number of scrub air dribbles. He loves to do those. Did it there?
It is.
Ooh, scrub.
That's it. It's it. It just comes down to scrub now.
2-goal leads are so dangerous sometimes.
Yeah.
Like if you get a 2-goal lead early in the game, it could be if you don't keep control and maybe score more. You know, it's easy comebacks. I see them all the time, especially in scrims. Like we'll go up 2-0 or we'll be down 2-0, and it just ties back up.
Because
It just happens a
as
lot.
soon as you get that goal, you know, okay, well, we can even win or like tie it at 0 seconds. You know, it's
I mean, not to
Yeah.
bring it back. I'm thinking back to G2
ooh,
Vitality.
that was scary.
Oh,
With the 0 second. Vitality can do it.
yeah.
And this is going to
Yeah, as
stay
long as you
up.
have that one goal, only between one goal, like anything can happen. Or if it's
Yeah.
tied, you know. Usually people are less risky on 0 seconds when it's tied. Like they don't try to keep it up as much.
And that'll
They're
be
more
it.
likely to kill it for overtime.
Yeah, now
like that.
overtime. So this will
Oh,
be a chance for Vitality to steal.
The only time I tried to keep it up, I was 2 goals ahead. Even at 1 goal, like
Oh well, yeah,
Right,
yeah,
like-
that as well.
And a good kickoff leading to early pressure for NRG. And that was the perfect kickoff, you know, rolling right back to Justin. He's got the flat car. He's got all the aerial ability. And now that's still translated into this sustained pressure 20 seconds in.
Yeah, this would be a huge win for Vitality if they were able to get it, because going down 2-0 is pretty rough. I mean, obviously you have more games, but you know it's a pretty steep climb back up, and it also be pretty demoralizing for NRG to have to, you know that they almost had this game. They were up 2-0 with like a minute left.
This
I think.
is a swing game for sure,
Yeah.
even though it's early. Approaching that first minute being over. Turbo's going to send it long. And a good challenge there from Turbo.
Yeah, this is the overtime. Everyone's playing a lot more safe now.
Yeah, you can see the amount of distance between all the players.
Another scrub air dribble. Didn't really pan out for them though.
Yeah, they tried. They
unfortunately.
got the demo on Turbo, so they had a man up. But
It seems like they've changed up their offense because NRG. I don't think a pass has gone by NRG so far uncontested.
Oh, and that
But
was
the solo plays have seemed to be working more in the bumps. That's for sure.
oh, there it is. The shot saved from Justin.
that was a good pass play.
And that was a hard shot. And it seems like, you know, after that first goal that Vitality got, everything just shifted in favor of Vitality, who's now setting the pace.
Well, they're throwing in different mix-ups too. I mean, like we saw the solo plays is what
Center
got
ball.
him here.
Oh, that
Oh,
shot!
Oh,
what
my
a
God. Was that
save.
Scrub?
Yes, it was.
And now
Scrub.
another infield.
Super strong net for sure.
Yeah,
So
he's-
it's the one's experience coming out.
He's feeling it now. Good call off there. Still a double commit, but
Demo. But Scrub, a player who's gotten Savior of the Season in RLCS before, an excellent defender. So quick on recovery, great at reading his opponents. Keeping Vitality alive in this game. A lot of players would have let that by. Turbo going to chase this down.
Oh, Turbo going for that flip
Yeah,
reset.
he
Don't see that
wanted the
much.
flip, yeah,
Don't see that much out of him, but it was close.
Oh my god.
What looks like energy? What looks like energy just going down for solo plays after solo plays.
But
Trying to get this ball in.
They're using a lot of boost for that and to be vulnerable for a counterattack.
I feel like this is a game where Energy's come so close so many times and Vitality just going to win. This just feels like one of those games where you just can't put it in.
Where
that happens a lot.
You get denied on a crazy shot.
You just don't know what to do.
Well, what I was saying too is before is the mix-ups that are coming out now. You got the solo plays. They're starting to do passing plays. They can just switch it up on a dime. You don't know which one's going to come, right?
See, Justin's waiting for the pass. That shot.
Bang.
Again, Scrub going to be there. Oh, Scrub going for a demo play. Now the center ball broken up. Ferry boost steal in the corner. Got to wonder how much NRG has left.
Oh, almost some RNG in Vitality's favor again.
And even though Garrett got that corner boost, he gets demoed immediately. So NRG could still be in a bad spot with boost.
I think this is where Turbo, bringing in Turbo, kind of needs to come in, where Turbo is a very like bump heavy player sometimes, at least from what I've seen in scrims so far against NRG. So I think against Vitality especially, you can't really let all three of them be live on defense.
Get him
so
in
he
there.
needs to start like messing up rotations and just making them uncomfortable.
Start the assault.
Yeah, especially since Fire was probably the only guy on the old roster that really
was
consistently bumped. Like Justin and Garrett, it's not their main priority, and Fire was always like, besides being mostly the third man, he'd be trying to disrupt the other team as well. That was like a crucial part of his role that people don't recognize as much. That he was very strong in that.
Because
So Turbo's gonna have to
it
take
especially
that
can
over as
even
well.
just make you, when you're on the goal line playing defense, if you're having to look out for someone.
Oh, do it.
Oh, that's a crossbar.
Wow.
There's still a chance though. K-Dop's got it.
Is there anyone for this backboard pass? K-Dop's just going to go for a Turbo.
It's a good game.
Then we saw a
this
triple
is-
challenge by Energy in the net.
Yeah.
Just form a wall.
That's the classic
impassable
Energy.
wall.
Stack 3 in net.
You put more people at the ball, it's easier to win.
Turbo. The ground shot. Scrub again in net. Scrub.
Yeah, no, this is a really good game.
Yes.
It seems really even right now. Like the other overtime was about 3 minutes or so.
Oh, they both
Oh,
went.
This one's
Turbo
about to
win.
hit 5 possibly.
Oh, they were all in.
Oh, no, that's
They
Lucky
have to get
bounce.
back.
that
Yeah.
bounce was
low
helpful,
boost on
though.
Vitality though in the bounce. Yeah, they
Yeah.
weren't able
Double
to
commit.
counter
Yeah.
quickly.
Double touch.
Yeah, there's always those moments where you know if that ball bounces horribly,
Down
your
low
game
or
is
anything,
over.
yeah, it's done.
Yeah. Yeah, this game's really all RNG. No skill involved.
That's true. That's why I'm not pro.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
it's the RNG.
You were a pro at one point. No, people don't remember those days.
Yeah,
Technically.
back when
I
everyone
remember,
was back.
I remember
By the
getting
loose
destroyed
definition.
by double tapping an ESL.
Old times.
Good old times.
Okay, now it does feel like Vitality has been getting closer and closer.
They both go on these little like phases of a minute at a time, just pounding the net,
Yeah.
and then it switches.
NRG has had some chances, but not as good in this overtime, at least. Not as good as Vitality. They both had good opportunities.
I feel like a big reason why neither of these teams have scored is because they're. I mean, it's a really risky play, especially in overtime, but not being aggressive with boost.
Yeah, afraid to commit.
Because every time
Yeah.
I look at a player, I feel like they have a lot of boost.
Well, that's why the transitions, like it's teams taking turns fighting, because
Yeah.
no one's actually going in and stealing.
Yeah.
Because you
yeah.
risk giving up that 2v1,
Yeah.
and you don't want to have that infield pass end it because you can't challenge.
Especially that any of these players could get past two other players.
Yeah, it just seems like they're trying to beat each other and win the challenges, and they can't. Like their challenge
No.
games are both so strong that it's just.
It's literally
You know,
an
And
even
it
game.
does,
Yeah, we're
it
basically at
does
a
seem like a more
standstill.
conservative strategy to
Yeah.
give one player space and try to allow them to get the goal, leave the players back. Do you see that a lot in overtimes, where you want to give your star player that space to maybe pull it off so you guys can be more defensive, or how do you generally see it play out?
I think you just give everyone space because you're a little bit nervous.
Yeah,
Yeah.
especially on in an event. And once the longer an overtime goes, I feel like the more the nerves start to
Nervous
build up.
you get, yeah.
Like it's like if you lose a 7-minute overtime, it's pretty.
We were
like,
talking
it's
about
pretty
it.
bad
It's-
momentum.
It's going to be a 7-minute overtime.
Energy
Or
always
more.
has the longest overtimes, though, so they're probably used to it, to be honest. Because, alone, I played maybe 3 8-minute-plus overtimes with NRG, with G2.
Yeah, I believe in the last NA regional in the final, we had a 14-minute overtime with
Oh, I
Energy,
remember that.
Yeah.
and the series was just lost at that point. Once we lost it, you put
It's so
much.
defeating.
Yeah, you put so much energy into one game, and then you just lose it. you know, it's pretty demoralizing.
Because
so
what do you
could sway
say?
a
You don't
series.
feel like talking. Like you don't feel like calming.
Yeah, you're just like,
you're just-
are we? Is this still happening?
Yeah.
Like, Are we still doing this?
We're now past 7.5 minutes. This is a swing game. This could get Vitality right back into the series.
That's
Chance
a
for
goal
Garrett.
right there.
Oh, and a big save again.
Goal line.
Just can't get anything.
Fairy peak gun on that one.
You know, what's worse? You know, missing your shot or having your good shot saved like that all the time?
I'm just curious now what the goal is going to be. Is it going to be a good play or a mistake? Because
It's going to be just a
8 minutes.
overcommit and banger long shot.
Doesn't seem like a lot of mistakes are happening right now.
It's going to be a pinch.
You might just have an infinite overtime.
It's going to be a 50-50 that pinches.
Yeah, this is actually
Never
the
gonna end.
rest of the Rocket League scene. Like, we never
Yeah.
leave this couch.
to the end of time.
And that was a good stop from Scrub there. He does get bumped out of the play, though. Oh, and it looked like a backflip there. Perhaps he was letting his teammate take it.
Yeah, nobody at NRG was expecting that as well, so thankful for Vitality. You know, nothing happened out of it. But that could have been pretty bad. Left a lot of space open.
Yeah. Gets the boost. Scrub. Slowing it down. You see him threatening the bump. Does get the boost steal on the other end.
I mean, the
Quick
good
turn
thing
from
is
K-Dop. That center. It's right to Scrub.
That was a really good
Ooh.
pass.
But Scrub kind of couldn't get a handle on that ball. That was a good pass, though.
I don't think any of these teams have overcommitted this entire overtime. It's always 2 back at least, or 3. You
The
know,
only
no
time we
one's-
did see it was
except for that.
NRG,
Yeah, actually, yeah,
the
I
one.
forgot about that.
But they got
But
that
Oh,
balance.
there's
Oh,
demo.
gee.
Is
That's
it
a
in?
shot?
Oh,
Oh,
man,
that's
Wait,
set
that's
up.
got to be it.
Oh!
No.
That
That's a heartbreaker
Yeah,
for Vitality.
that's-
Vitality is in
Now
a
they're down
rough
2-0
spot.
after that.
I know, because they fought back. From
That was
an 0-2,
epic, though.
right?
I mean, like,
Yeah.
Turbo was under fire right there. They were trying
Yeah.
to demo him at the midfield to get that boost. And then that touch from Garrett to just lay it up right in front of net. Man, that is a game that if you're Vitality, now you're down 2-0. You lose a 9-minute overtime.
After that
like
fight,
that,
too, we were
jeez.
saying, right? Like, they were down
Yeah.
0-2 at the beginning of that game, fought back for the overtime, and then lose it anyways.
You're going to have some really good like mental resilience to come back from that, because that's rough. That is very rough.
Yeah, you can see them thinking. It's even on their faces, just like,
Yeah.
oh, man, what went wrong?
That feels bad. I mean, even in matchmaking, you know.
9-minute
9
overtimes don't
minutes.
feel good no matter what.
Yeah, that's like, they essentially played 3 games worth of Rocket League
and just
and just get the L.
get one loss.
After the heroic saves. I mean, there
Yeah.
were some good plays there. The question is, you know, is it going to be a mistake or is it going to be a play? I think that was just a good play,
Yeah.
especially from Turbo Pulsa
yeah,
at the end.
A bit of an overcommit from Vitality as
Yeah.
well, I think. I think Energy finally drew them out enough where they were able to get an opportunity like that, where they had no one to challenge the ball. And so Turbo got that free hit on the backboard, and that's just a rough spot. to
Yeah,
be in.
and it was almost a steal. I mean, Vitality, they're probably wishing they would have just lost it instead of scoring with 14 seconds
And Energy was
left.
actually all inside Vitality's box. So
that's-
they were going all in for that one. Like if that one didn't go in, it would have been pretty bad for them. But
Yeah.
thankfully Turbo with the clinical striking.
Yeah, one
puts
hard,
it in.
hard clear, and that's
Yeah.
rolling in your net.
Yeah, because Garrett, I think he was moving in for the shot as well, and then Turbo just turns
he
in.
pulled off, but he was still overcommitted
But,
by that
yeah,
point.
but at least they got the shot in. If
And,
they
and,
did.
Yeah.
and that's good signs for NRG. You know, I think it's fair to say a decent rivalry with Vitality, at least out of the gates. Vitality taking them down in the last World Championship, and then also NRG getting the win at the last DreamHack. Now
Yeah.
at Beyond the Summit, his first ever Rocket
They're
League
pretty much
Summit
playing
going
at every
ahead.
event now.
I know,
It's
and early too.
Yeah.
And it's not generally late.
never been close.
Oh.
It hasn't been a semi or a final. Like Worlds,
Okay,
it was
if you're
quarters.
Vitality, you're tilted out of your mind.
Yeah,
right
this
now.
is-
Yeah.
This
This is hard, yeah.
This is like this series, right? It is a best of 7, but you got to feel like if they lose this game, it's over, 100%.
Yeah, I mean, we rarely see best of 7 reverse sweeps. You know, it's happened like you can count on one hand how many times you've
Yes.
seen one in pro play. So I'd be very shocked to see one here, especially after that overtime loss and 2 overtime losses total.
yeah.
You know, it's pretty rough.
Well, like,
Yeah, the team.
at least in my mind, Torment, C9 is like one of the best teams at like staying clutch and coming back. Like I've seen so many moments, even in game, down to like 0 seconds, being able to pull it back. Like what's your kind of like strat mentally to make sure you say, okay, we're not out of this yet. We can still do this, because I've seen you guys do it before. Unless you don't want to give that away.
Yeah, can't give away the secret
Yeah.
strats. No, I don't know. I feel like it's just we just know like what we're capable of on offense, and we just need to get one goal to keep going. Like once we get one goal, I feel like we can just like push off that if we just keep playing it right.
As Renault just did.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, you just need once you get one goal, you're always like easy comeback.
Yeah,
It feels good.
Easy comeback.
Because there's those games where it feels like you just can't score. Like when you have, when you have 0 on the board, it's just like a weird game because even you're like, next game things will be fine, but you know for like it makes you think this game we can't score. There's nothing we can do that we can score.
Well,
And
if
it's just demoralizing.
If it's been so long since scoring too, that still stays in your mind. Like, well, we haven't scored in like over 10 minutes.
Oh, wow.
What a shot.
God, that was so fast.
Literally, I blinked and I missed this entire play.
Turbo Pulsa, quick chat's okay.
Did he?
That's such an awkward bounce to just read perfect.
Yeah,
like
and
that.
he was air rolling into it. Too,
Yeah,
so
he
was just
knew
like
it was going that way.
That was
What a
nasty.
read. What a read.
I mean, that's the kind of
Actually-
goal Vitality needed. to
Maybe
come back.
Vitality's not out of it
Yeah.
yet. Maybe we spoke too soon.
I love that we have the quick chat on here.
It's kind of seemed like though Scrub has been doing a lot of the work for Vitality up
On
to this
defense.
point. Yeah,
Yeah.
defense, even like trying to do stuff on the offensive side. And
That's
There it
just
is,
a
yeah.
classic Justin play.
Yes.
Just beats everybody.
Just get past everyone.
Yeah, like actually, the defense might have thought Garrett was
Oh,
going for that first. And
Yeah.
they all waited, and then Justin just goes and hits the
flip
flip reset with
reset.
like 10 boost.
And it was such a weird flip reset too because it just like died on his car and pushed it into the backboard.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it's hard to read.
you know, if you're Vitality, you're waiting to see does he want to go for a double tap, flip reset, backboard pass. So Justin just has so many options,
Yeah,
and they didn't see that one coming.
I think we already talked about, yeah, Justin kind of like in the air with the ball just above like the box is like one of the scariest things 'cause you never know what he's going to do.
yeah, he can really take any play and just make whatever he wants out of it, especially when he's playing well. It's very scary as a defense. Vitality's been handling it well, but you know they just didn't pull it out in the overtimes,
Yeah.
unfortunately. But these teams are so even. Like
It is
it's
literally,
2-0,
yeah,
but
yeah.
these teams are so even right now. It's crazy.
See if Vitality can bounce back.
I think they still got
And
it in,
maybe, you know, if it's a close game and they pull out the win here, it could really change the feeling of the series.
Yeah, if you get that one game, then it's just one more until you're tied. So it's definitely, you know,
Yep.
a lot easier at that point, but it's easier said than done as well because you need to get this first game, and NRG's just looking for goals left and right.
Oh, yeah.
Pressing the offense really well.
We're past the halfway point. We've spent a lot of time tied in this match.
Yeah. It was great. It's just like it's not blowouts. You know, it's like both teams, as Torment said, like 100% even right now.
See NRG creeping up. Everyone pretty far up. Now K-Dop missed that hit. He doesn't even waste boost. He's just going to get back.
That's an interesting miss. Opens up a lot of space for Vitality. And
Oh.
there you go.
And
Yeah,
Fairy
that one
Peak,
miss opened it all
and
up.
Fairy Peak opted to stay in after he saw that miss because he had no boost.
Yeah, yeah. He gets that one pad as well, and he's able to use that for the shot right here. Just perfect. That pass was perfect as well. If he meant to do that, just dish it out to Fairy Peak. And the defense had no idea what to do.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, because they're waiting for Fairy Peak to like
Yeah.
air dribble or something. You know, like.
Yeah.
And I feel like a lot of the you know players who aren't pro level, aren't as good, always struggle with that question of like, if you're out of boost, when is it appropriate to stay in the play?
Yeah, it's definitely something you learn with time and like experience, like when you know to go up and stay. Like that was like perfect from Fairy Peak to, you know, wait there because there's no reason to go back to make it harder for your third man to come in and get a shot there and possibility of overcommitting. So
this
really smart to turn there.
Yeah, the second you back off too, it's like you give space to the other the opponents to move
Yeah,
in
if he
on the
leaves
ball.
there, that's not a goal. So.
Yeah.
And also, it was good that he left it too. You know, like me, I probably would have immediately just barreled
jumped
into
out
the
of it with
bank.
12 boost.
Yeah. 12 boost in a dream.
Final minute, NRG is trailing now.
Yeah, if Renault can hold this, as you said, everything
Reset.
changes.
Oh my. 50-50 keep.
That's not good for Vitality though.
1v1.
Justin on the ball as well.
1v1.
Oh,
And good
strong
defense.
defense.
Yeah.
And the follow-up.
That's definitely one of Turbo's strongest points, just finishing as the third man coming in.
Yeah.
And I mean,
he just watches. He
ball
just
in.
watches.
And you knew Vitality was in trouble as soon as they set up that 1v1 because even though Justin didn't score, he put that ball in a bad spot for Vitality.
Yeah,
He
the
forced
Vitality
the rebound.
overcommit was definitely not the smartest idea, especially when you're leading. You don't really need to force a goal. Keeping two back is definitely smart. That's what they've been doing most of the series, but there they just slipped up, and it cost them.
What a surprise it would be if we had another overtime.
I'd be shocked.
And Turbo has been a great addition. He's really been playing well this series.
Yeah, he looks really solid. Maybe he's a Skyline player. I know Sizz praises the Skyline.
Ooh, good save.
He's been using it for like months.
A long time.
But he is retired, so I don't know if that counts.
He's a content creator. Yeah. He should be a caster. You should get him on that.
Oh, what a
Or
war.
it could be at 50-50.
Oh, okay, that was so
Really
good.
strong defense from Garrett, though, to challenge that early. Not let him not give the Vitality the opportunity to bump him or mess him up, and he can just get an easy 50 to the side. That's really hard to do,
That's scary,
especially against Scrub.
Because that's exactly how Vitality got scored on, is the 1v1 situation. Not only do you have to get the save, you have to put the ball in a spot that lets your teammates get back.
Yeah, like
and
we could see, I think we were in Fairy Peak or K-Dop's
It was
point of
K-Dop.
view.
He was
K-Dop,
waiting
and he
for
was
the
waiting
50.
for that ball to dish out, but Garrett just got it to the corner or to the sidewall to roll up. Literally played it perfectly.
Yeah, if K-Dop was over an inch more even, that was the goal.
Yeah.
And we even saw Turbo going for the bump on Scrub Killer right there. Scrub Killer managed to block it with no boost. But getting physical now. Justin, the shot. This has been a stressful series to watch.
Three overtimes.
I can't imagine
too,
being in this series right now, like all overtimes.
An elimination
Super
match,
stressful.
you know? Like,
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun to watch, though. They're not playing corner ball, which makes it exciting. They're passing out mid. They're going for
They're actually
solo
playing.
plays.
It seems like Vitality tries to keep the ball low a lot, like try to play the ground game, because they know that NRG is super strong in the air. Like they have Justin, Garrett especially, just super strong players in the air. So I feel like they're trying to avoid that. As I say that, he booms to the sky.
Yeah.
But
Well, I mean,
for the most part,
it's true
it
because, you know, you generally keep it low. Sometimes the 50-50s go in your favor low, especially. You know, you can win them.
Yeah, and they're strong ones players. Fairy Peak and Scrub are definitely confident players in their dribbling abilities. So that's definitely one of their strong points. So I can see why that'd be their play style, especially against NRG.
I definitely see how
Super
Vitality, I think they might be the best team in the world at knowing when to play low and when to play high. Because,
switch it up,
yeah, Worlds, when they were beating us, they were boost starving us, so they would always just keep the ball in the air. And they'd be beating us every ball.
Because they know you can't challenge it.
Yeah,
and you'll have to use up the
Yeah.
measly boost you
So
have
we
to
were
get there.
just flying around just like idiots, getting dusted
Yeah, those
everywhere,
are the
and we couldn't
worst.
do anything.
When you get a team that just knows you have no boost and they just keep
Yeah,
booming
that's
it, and you're just frantic, like you're just hoping.
Oh,
it's hard to hide that information too, that you don't have boost.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Like you can do it, but it's not easy.
They can just kind of tell by how you're flipping around, right?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
how much boost.
and how
you've got.
nobody's aerialing and everybody's just waiting for the touch. And if they're strong mechanical players, they can just outplay you, especially when you have nothing. So
Garrett is going to have some boost here. Looked
I don't know
he
what I'm
was-
going to do if we somehow pass last overtime's time limit, like double digits.
You had tacos
crazy.
already, right? You ate.
I did.
Yeah, how many hours of good thing
Yeah.
you got your lunch in already.
Yeah. If I didn't eat before this, I'd probably be eating right now.
yeah, just bring some
Lunch
over
on the couch.
Like how many total minutes of overtime have we had now?
A lot.
The first one was about 2.5, and then that second one was 9. So
We're up 15 minutes
math.
overtime now.
yeah, about 15.
So we've had
Getting close to
we've
15, I
had
think.
more overtime than we've had regulation time almost.
That's great.
That's crazy. I don't think I've ever seen this, just 3 overtimes in a row. And
Like these this long too. Not
Oh,
like
the miss!
it was like 10-second overtimes. So it wouldn't really count it, but like
Yeah, super long. It just shows how strong these teams are at like defense, especially.
Yeah.
Just they're able to hold on. I consider these 2 of the strongest like challenge teams, like just like in the midfield, like 50s and stuff like that. And obviously you can see the goal line saves from Vitality. Energy's good at them as well. So it's a
knowing
really
when,
strong matchup.
knowing when to come out and challenge, knowing when to stay in net and cover the angles.
And they rarely overcommit. Usually most of their goals came from an overcommit because there were no mistakes on defense, mechanically. So I guess we'll probably just wait to see when that happens.
yeah.
But nothing yet.
Good demo.
Really
Garrett's
strong
going to
demo.
leave it for Turbo. Turbo didn't have a lot of boost to follow that up.
Good pass.
Garrett just passing it to himself there. Justin does get time to get boost. We'll see what he does with it.
Guys, I came to BTS to like chill, not be
I know.
stressed. It's
Yeah.
like-
I mean, imagine the Vitality fans. You know, been so close, haven't managed to
Especially
get a
on an
win yet.
elimination match.
Yeah.
I bet neither of these teams are looking forward to this match once they saw it. The bracket form yesterday from the matches, they're definitely more happy to see this one because this is as you can tell, it was literally the sweatiest match I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
So.
No, it's great that we have, like, you know, all the fun, like, Mafia and Rock, Paper, Scissors and that, but also great matches like this.
You know who, like,
Yeah.
K-Dop would
It's a good
take out
mix.
Turbo if he was Mafia. First round, that is. And that could be a good shot. That one almost finding the corner. Turbo getting the epic save. And he gets the boost steal. This will put NRG on the attack. See if we can get a big clear, and they do. Massive clear to the corner. Just boom ball right now.
Yeah.
Almost 5 minutes of overtime.
Yeah, just approaching
I can't believe this, actually, especially because they scored 6 goals this game. Now they get to overtime,
Yeah,
and
this is
everything
right?
changes
Yeah.
and no one can score. It's so crazy.
It's like the real game doesn't start until
Yeah.
we're in overtime.
Like, they have the most evenly matched, like, midfield challenge game I've ever seen, I feel like, and that's what's keeping it so, like, close in overtime, because that's all they're playing for.
Oh, and
Now
Garrett!
to say that.
He
Oh.
blasted it. You know, Fairy Peak was probably maybe expecting a backward pass or
He had a
something
bit-
different. He didn't think Garrett was just going to slam it.
I think he had a bit of backwards momentum to position
Wow.
himself,
Really
and
strong
then the ball
placement there.
came in, yeah.
That was the only place he could have put that to score. And 3 games in a row, NRG kidding though. Do you see it's all lefts and smiles there?
Yeah.
But
Yeah, wait till that camera
let's
switches.
Let's
It's
see what,
it's going to be
let's
different.
see how much Vitality's smiling.
Not at all.
Yeah.
Looking pretty stern.
Yeah, you can
Look
even
at
see
Scrub.
the little head
yeah,
shake.
the
from-
Scrub's like, no, man.
It's like,
Because they played, what was it, 14, 16 something minutes
Yeah,
of overtime?
16 or
That's
more.
in
That's
3
crazy.
games. That's
Yeah.
you're literally more than the regulation
That is
time.
now, yeah.
more,
That's insane. And only 3 games.
Like to pull it back to, and again, like they've pulled it back game 1 and 2 to get to those overtimes, and they're in the lead in game 3, and then it
Mhm.
goes back to overtime.
And they've
It's
had their
just-
share of opportunities, but energy just shuts it down. It's just super demoralizing. And at this point, I expect another overtime, but I don't know.
well, I
if
mean,
Vitality can
at
bring it
this
all the way
point,
back.
like, do you think Vitality's going to have, that much left in the tank to really go through another overtime?
No, that's
You
the
know,
thing.
it's
It's
yeah,
like,
I don't know.
I thought they wouldn't have had enough to even bring it that far in game 3.
Well, I mean, if they win that game, like I was saying, like if they won that game, that could have been the turning point because you're only down 2-1 at that point. Then you forget about that 9-minute overtime.
you gotta
'cause
reverse
You just
sweep.
won a 5-minute overtime, but now with everything playing out the way that we've seen it play out, this would be the greatest comeback that I would have ever witnessed in
Yeah.
Rocket League if Vitality pulls this off. This is such an uphill battle.
I remember the one of the best of 7 reverse sweeps. Back in I think season 4, Fairy Peak was actually on the team that
It was Maka,
pulled it
right?
off. It was Maka with I believe Pashi and
Was it was
Siki? No, someone I don't remember.
Can't remember.
There's a lot of Maka
Yeah, there was
rosters,
a-
but someone else with them too, and they pulled off a reverse sweep against PSG to get 3rd place. I remember because we ended up playing PSG because they got reverse swept. And maybe Fairy Peak does it again. I know that was a while ago, but he did it before, so maybe.
But
has
the
some
fact that it
confidence
was that long ago and we're struggling to remember when it was shows you how rare.
Yeah,
how
season
rare
4 was
these things are.
ancient. So who knows?
And those circumstances weren't even as bad, right? We're talking 3
yeah, it was a
overtimes.
3rd place match. Yeah.
3 any one of those overtime losses would have been heart-wrenching enough. A 9-minute and a 5-minute overtime. So
At least
that's
Vitality knows they were close though.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't like they got blown. They're being blown out to 3-0. Like they made energy work for this 3-0 so far. So maybe, if they just pull it a little stronger in overtimes, and they can get some clutch plays.
So do you
It'll
change
change.
anything though? If you're NRG, do you maybe try to play a little bit faster, a little looser, just because if you can get that early goal or get a couple goals, then
feel like
that's
it's
just going to put
risky.
them down?
Yeah, you probably should. Well, I don't know. They might. Like in their heads, they're probably just going to stick to what works.
Yeah, why stop?
Yeah,
You got
they're probably
three- you got
even though
three
it brought you to
wins.
Because, I
overtime
mean, what-
3 times, and it was close,
Oh,
but
and a 50-50 goal. Oh,
and an own goal.
That's
unfortunate.
this is it. Like
That's tilting.
Yeah.
That's very tilting.
What is that?
Turbo.
50 off the corner, and then who own goaled it?
Yeah, let's
all
take
3
a
of them
look.
together.
All 3,
That's a
Scrub.
It was
terrible
Scrub.
Yeah, that's upsetting for sure.
Someone get the defibrillator out. Defibrillator.
Defibrillator. Do we have one in the building?
Defibrillator. Oh, we'll need one.
I need to go get one.
I want some ribs.
Defibrillator. Oh, Dustin.
See now, and now you can
This might
starting to see it
this
get
might just
out of hand.
snowball out of control. for
I don't
Vitality.
know. I mean, like
right
don't
off the
know.
kickoff.
They did come back from 2 goals down before,
Yeah,
but that
that's
was a
what I'm
little
saying.
bit different. It was like earlier in the series, a little more hope, for those players. But now it's
What a battle, though.
you're a little bit down now. For
what
sure.
what a battle it's been for Vitality. You have to feel for them. Playing good Rocket League for the most part, it's been
Yeah,
neck
they've
and
been solid.
neck overtimes.
Yeah.
And they don't really have anything to show for it.
It's just unfortunate this match had to happen, but that Group A is really strong. So
Yeah.
and Dignitas honestly surprised me for sure.
That's what I'm saying.
I still
like,
thought Vitality was gonna get that win.
Well,
But-
it's, you know, Astral, I think
Yeah.
now that they've had more time to integrate him into the roster, he's proving that he is certainly RLCS caliber. And you cannot, you know, discount them at all.
And he was a sub like last season, right, for TSM. He's never actually played in the rival series or the RLCS.
Yeah, he's just going straight to the top.
the crazy thing is, like, I don't even think like Dignitas isn't anywhere near their full potential yet. Even.
Yeah, they could definitely. I mean, they picked up Astro like a month ago, I believe.
Yeah,
like
no,
that's
they-
definitely far from top
That
was
that is how Vitality's feeling
Yeah.
in a nutshell.
I felt that. Definitely felt that one.
Oh, dude, he probably just put his head back and was
Yeah.
like, "Oh my
He just
gosh."
sits there for a moment, accepts his fate.
Car body language.
That's, what I love about Rocket League is the weirdest thing is you can tell so much emotion
From
about
the
a player
car,
from a car.
Yeah.
Like, how does that even work? But you can just tell.
Yeah, sometimes when someone's
Oh,
tilted
the
and
miss.
angry, they're just throwing themselves at the ball
Yeah,
constantly.
you know.
or they just
or
like
they're
stop
just-
for a second
Or
and
they're
sit
right in the
there.
hesitation.
Getting
Yeah.
out of position to chase you for a bumper demo.
Yeah, you notice like a team, you play against them or in scrim against them, and you score a goal and they just all stop playing instantly. Like they don't even drive after the goal goes in.
Yeah.
Sometimes that happens. Usually it happens when you get some like really dumb goal.
And that's when I
Yeah,
like to
what-
BM
what
and
was that?
I go and I bump them when they're not moving.
Yeah, you just
Yeah.
destroy
Yeah.
them. That just gets
Extra
them going
tilt,
more.
yeah.
Pile the salt on.
That is James comes from Halo, so it's
I
like
do.
that is definitely like
Trash talking.
a thing you do.
Yeah.
You just get in their head as much as possible.
We had special moves that after you got somebody down, you know how you'd add a little extra salt.
Yep.
We had strategies for that.
The teabag, the art of the
I didn't
teabag.
say that, okay? You did.
I said that. I think that's okay to say.
It's classic gaming culture.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
love
it's a
tea.
gaming
We've
term.
got tea here, all kinds, peppermint.
Yeah.
James.
It's good stuff.
J-Dub's been quiet, which is very rare.
Yeah, that's true.
Usually you expect him to be that guy who is hitting bangers from the
Yeah.
middle of the field.
It's not Grand Final Sunday at RLCS though.
That's true, and you know, this isn't the first time we've seen Vitality kind of struggle to get results. They struggled to get results at DreamHack as well.
They've had a few weird lands.
Yeah,
The
but
last two Dream Hacks,
Yeah.
I believe one they didn't make top 8.
They
and
didn't
the
even
other
make
one,
top 8 the one, yeah.
They lost in top 8.
yes.
So
But this series though was a little bit unique, I would say. Vitality, they didn't play poorly, but the scoreline is not going to look good on paper.
Yeah, if you just
But
looked
it
at
very
like
could've-
Wikipedia, you're
Yeah.
like, what happened? But no, it was definitely way closer.
yeah, they just didn't pull out the clutch plays in overtime, and NRG
Yeah.
did.
And I think that is such a positive sign for NRG, who makes a roster change, brings in a player like Turbo. It's moments like these, and now we see Fairy Pig getting one back on the board.
We're gonna cast his curse.
Yeah,
again.
Caster's Curse. But it's moments like these where, you know, you're in a situation where you could be out early in a tournament and you want that roster move that you made, that you're bringing in Turbo to help you in moments like this.
Mhm.
And he's doing it. So,
Yeah.
No, and Energy's got to feel good about this weekend. Even though, you know, they're fighting for the spot, like it's a great chance to see what Turbo can do with the team. It's already looking pretty smooth.
Yeah, 20 seconds is like 1 or 2 possessions max. If you
Yeah, they
the
could
ball.
get a couple plays.
So they have to be really efficient here if they want to
Oh,
score.
they
But it
lost
seems like
one
they're already
chance,
back
though.
on their own side, so
last chance.
it's not looking good. Unless they get a long clear here.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
and yeah,
it's over.
it's not looking good.
Yeah.
it's a GG.
That one's a rough
GG.
one. There's 3 in net as well.
What
None of
even
them could save
happened
it.
here?
Oh, Justin just
Oh, he faked.
he should have just scored it
Yeah,
anyway,
yeah.
but he just taps it. Does absolutely nothing and goes in.
Yeah, you go to like try to make the save, long clear, and get out, but like when he doesn't even do anything with it, what do you do?
And we do see a kickoff. It looked like it
There's
was
2
a kickoff
seconds
strat
left.
here.
This
Yeah,
is the fastest goal I've ever seen is 1
I mean,
second.
that goal took 2 seconds right
Yeah.
here, this kickoff goal, which honestly kind of a lazy play from Garrett. He definitely did not need to chip
I
that
think-
up into
yeah, no,
It's
I
scrub,
interesting,
but
I think he was thinking it was over.
So
he might
we'll
have been
see.
thinking it was over, yeah.
See, we have a kickoff from the corners, though. This is going to be a tough one for them to make a play.
Yeah.
Oh,
no, it's not gonna
That
roll.
one went up maybe, but
Yeah. It was
And
too
you
far
had it well.
away.
Yeah, you hope for those situations that you have somebody right in the middle on the kickoff, you know.
Garrett's laughing too. He's like, whoops.
And
Almost
the
gave that
sweep.
away.
That was the longest sweep I've ever seen in my
Yeah,
life.
right?
Holy
yeah,
That was a full best of 7.
and worth the time. It really was like 7 games worth of
Yeah,
time.
that was a sweaty or sweep.
Sweaty BO fest. Yeah, no, it really is. I mean, I wouldn't want to go in and sit in those chairs after that series.
That's insane.
That
That's
room's got a bad aura.
Man, I can't wait to hear the interview.
Yeah, that's
The 9-minute
was
overtime,
nuts.
5-minute overtime,
Yeah.
2.5 or 3-minute overtime.
Yeah,
I'm
it
actually
was
looking
like
forward to
15
the
minutes.
Energy versus Dignitas match.
Yeah.
Because I kind of want to see, because Dignitas looked good in their match against Vitality.
what is going
I
on
didn't watch
here?
the match
They're
against GT
dancing.
that much, but
Yeah, it's like how's Astral going to shape up against a good NA team?
yeah,
you know?
yeah, we haven't seen
Because
that
they've
matchup
probably
ever.
been scrimming a lot of European teams, so they probably feel more comfortable with it. And Astral probably has played them a ton.
Dig boot camped in NA though, so they did get some NA experience. They were here for a few days. You know, I think we skimmed them a couple times. I'm pretty sure they probably skimmed everybody. I'm not sure, but they definitely have that NA experience at least. You know, being over here for a couple days. So we'll see how they utilize that in this matchup. Obviously, this matchup it's not a knockout match, but it's
Yeah,
pretty
this is-
important
this
to go
is a very
straight into
important-
winners
Yeah,
instead
because
of losers.
Yeah, because if you're at home and you're wondering, what is this tiebreaker match? What does this mean? So with the format that we have, it is double elimination in a sense. If you finish top 2 in groups, then it's double elimination for you. You have that extra life. But if you get third in the group, which is what these next matchups will be, if you get third, then you will go into the lower bracket immediately. So we have one more elimination match, and then those third place matches will take place. But it's so much. There's so much more confidence when you know that you have an extra shot. That there's that lower bracket.
Yeah, it's pretty nice. Pretty nice to have for sure.
Yeah, so we're gonna see who's gonna hop.
I see
on.
Turbo walking
you
up
coming
behind
over
us.
here? Turbo, yeah, we're gonna hear from the man himself, Turbo, who narrowly lost to Garrett G in the citizenship test. But on you lost. When you tried to draw the U.S., it kind of looked like upside down broccoli.
Yeah, I'm offended. You think part of Canada is in the U.S.
No, I drew Texas.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It was
Texas is, I guess, like the epitome of what the
it's
world
very
sees America
right?
as.
It's
Yeah.
very American. But Turbo, let's talk about that series. You're going up against the other 3-time. It's a battle of the 3 times.
Uh-huh.
And we saw some crazy long overtimes. Tell us about how those felt.
I mean, obviously, it was kind of nerve-wracking, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like, we obviously want to play on a Sunday, but we didn't expect this to be this easy. No, I mean, 4-0. I thought it was like 4-2 or 4-3 at least. So
15 minutes of overtime doesn't sound
I
too
think-
easy.
Yeah, I think you guys pretty much played almost as much, if not more, overtime time than normal time.
yeah, I mean, we just wanted to make their experience.
As bad as possible.
Yeah.
You want to ruin them as much as
Demoralize
possible.
them
It was
to their core.
calculated.
Yeah.
It was calculated. Yeah.
Yeah.
So how's it feeling then? I mean, like we were talking about you moving over, fitting into the roster, and then it's going to take time to reach full potential. But you look like you're already blending in really nicely with the roster. How's it feeling for you?
I mean, obviously, this is our first land together.
Yeah.
It's just not like we don't go 100% in. We're just trying to get the feeling of each other, like not obviously on that way, but on the pitch.
Yeah, on the pitch.
On the pitch. On the pitch. But I think it's going fine. Yesterday it was like it wasn't too bad of a game. It was G2, the big boys.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm looking forward to seeing how the future and like all the DreamHacks and RCS going on.
It seemed like you guys were gelling pretty well. So maybe talk a little bit about like were Garrett and Justin doing in that series that you liked that helped you guys get that win?
I mean, they never missed a ball. It seems like
That's helpful.
It helps definitely. I don't know. It's just we keep the comms up. We're calm and stuff like that. It's like not stressing out. I think I'm the one stressing out the most. I don't know if it's like the pressure of being the new guy, or I don't know. It's just we're just happy to be here.
Yeah, and I mean you scored that overtime goal in the 9-minute game or the 9-minute overtime game. Talk us through that play because it looked like you almost got demoed in the midfield.
Oh yeah, they're chasing you down.
Honestly, like it's been too long, so I can't remember anything. I just remember seeing my name, like Turbo has scored, and that's it.
Yeah,
I can't remember the goal.
All he remembers is the winning moment. So he blocks out everything else.
Yeah. So what's your take on Vitality though? Obviously, we were expecting a lot from them coming into this tournament. They recently won the World Championship. You just went and swept them. What were you thinking about their performance down on the field? What surprised you?
Honestly, like I thought they were gonna play a little bit better, but like this is just like a LAN to just like warm up, have some fun. It's a chill vibes LAN. It's not RCS. It's full serious. I think they're gonna do better stuff at the DreamHack and RCS.
Yeah.
But I'm quite surprised they haven't done better, to be honest. Being the RCS winner.
So who's gonna be the first 4-time?
For storyline, probably me.
Just the storyline.
Yeah,
Not
just
biased.
the storyline. No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just a storyline, not because he wants it.
No, I'm
Just-
kidding. I'm gonna win anyway.
I have a question about your Skyline choice.
Mm-hmm.
Did Sizz like pay you off or like tell you to use that, or did you just decide that on your
I'm
own?
trying to get my the clout up, so like
Your clout.
Sis might do some content
Oh,
with me.
Oh,
okay.
okay,
There's like,
true,
oh,
true.
this guy plays the car I'm playing. Maybe I should put in my video.
Gotcha.
That's what I'm
Are you gonna use it next series?
Probably. I mean, we won.
I kind of liked it. I kind of
Yeah,
liked
no,
the Turbo
it seemed to
Skyline. You're
work
hitting some
well.
bangers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Saw
It's
some
like
bar downs.
season 4 playoffs vibes again.
Season 4 playoffs vibes.
Yeah,
Gale Force won that one, right?
of course.
Of course.
The champs.
Why'd I even question it?
I don't know.
Well, that was quite the series, Turbo. Congrats on that win. 4-0 sweep, lots of overtimes. We have another elimination match coming up. It's going to be the Bricks versus Rogue.
Ooh.
It's going to be a heavy one. So we're going to go to a break and be right back. Don't go anywhere. Oh, yeah. Here, I need the card, actually.
Oh, you got the cards? Do you
Yeah,
want
I
me to
was
do it
gonna-
again?
Yeah, no, yeah, sure. Go ahead.
All right, I'm gonna read it straight from this. Check out our signature BTS merch at bts.gg/merch. There it is. Look at
That
that. That's
wonderful
pretty.
job.
Beautiful.
Wonderful
That's
job.
pretty. I want.
You should have given Torment the card. He probably would have read that.
Oh,
better.
you want? Can you do it better than me?
No.
No, do it.
I
No, do it. I want to hear
I'm
it.
being
Okay,
getting
give it.
conflicting
Give
messages.
us your best one.
Check out our signature BTS merch at bts.gg/merch.
You don't read the colon out.
I read the colon 'cause I wanted to, I added my own flair.
All right, yeah, I
to
like
it.
it. I like it. I like it. I like
All right,
the
now
card.
you can do your throw.
All right. Well, we're going to go to a quick break. When we come back, we have another elimination match, Rogue versus Bricks. We'll be right back.